on the site. This site is where I host the projects that we've been working on. As you can see here, we have Prompt Forge, we have Proximity Matrix, Priority Matrix, excuse me. We have Fast Tag, we have IRL HUD, and we have Vocal Vertia. Vocal Vertia is an application I develop or I'm working on developing that can tell the difference between voices and split the voices into separate audio files. Those audio files can then be downloaded belonging to all of one voice or all of another voice. And eventually, I want to change this application or enhance this application into being able to create avatar for maybe your podcasts, maybe your YouTube videos, and other types of things, with the added benefit of not requiring API calls from actual AI. Because, as you all know, when it comes to AI as a whole, what's trying to be done is they're trying to get you hooked onto AI so that eventually you will need it. Similar to how it works with YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. These were all once 100% free, and then slowly but surely they started to add features that potentially cost money. And even some programs, some software used to be 100% free and now requires subscriptions. And so when I do create my WebView applications, I try to mitigate those issues. I want to make sure that I create applications that don't require too much upkeep and that also can't be manipulated by the platforms on which I release these applications. Now, there's a caveat to that, of course, because we will be releasing our applications to the Google Play Store. We'll be releasing our applications to Aptoid, Gumroad, and so many other places. And in doing so, at any point in time in the future, those platforms can change their policies. But with the skills that you have using or creating applications using AI, you will be able to maybe bypass some of those aspects by being able to create your own website with the knowledge that we have. So let me give you more in depth on Vocal Vertia, because as well as the previous applications, again, you will also receive the source code belonging to this application. However, for all of the applications, I will give you access to this specific site, and then that way you'll be able to inspect element the site to grab the code. However, of course, I'm going to put it in a nicely packed TXT file in order for you to be able, like I said previously, to work with the code, to see what's inside the code and things of that nature. The goal of each and every module is to get you excited, get you inspired, keep you motivated, and basically just showcase how it is not necessarily your skills or your talent, but how you execute the idea that's going to be able to get you to consistently be able to create applications, and most importantly, consistently be able to make applications that can make you money. So let's, like I said, explore Vocal Vertia just a little bit more. So what we have here at the top is select audio. You can select the audio file, and once you hit the select audio file, you can go to your photos. And right now I'm working with this on my Android phone, right? So everyone can see that this will still work with Android. The reason why it will still work with Android is because I asked it to the AI. I asked the AI to make sure that this is DOM and WebView compatible. That way I can test it as fast as I possibly can. I don't want to have to be bogged down by what they call an IDE, right? I would prefer to just be able to create my code, test my code, see that it works, put it on the social media platforms, put it on the Google Play Store, and then start to get subscriptions. So start to run my own ads for free, and then start to run paid ads for the best performing applications. So touching the selected audio file button, I guess I didn't have any audio files that I could select, and also that made the website refresh. So there's that annoyance, if you will, because I didn't make this a native application yet. I didn't download it just yet. Nonetheless, after you select an audio file, you're going to select from that audio file the different segments belonging to different voices. Okay. Now, right now we go up to 2 voices, but I think eventually I want to be able to go up to at least 5 to 8 voices. Okay. I know that there is a bot out there that Honda has that actually is able to understand 5 to 8 people talking simultaneously. So that's actually pretty cool. So I would like to have something of that nature within Vocal Vertia, because specifically when it comes to podcasts, occasionally there can be multiple people talking. So capturing singularly individual voices in that whole, I guess, debacle, if you will, could potentially be profitable. Okay. So again, you select, and you only get to select 3. It has a counter of the segments here where it says 0 segments. Same for number 2. Now, after you have selected where those time using the time frame, you will then hit a confirm button that should appear, or you will hit the auto detect, which is basically another form of confirm. But the auto detect basically is supposed to look at the segments that you have selected or created as cues or as references, and then begin to generate the, begin to generate the segments in these areas. Each segment is supposed to belong to one person. Voice 2 segments will go here. And then after that, you'll be able to download or export voice 1, or download or export voice 2, or download and export all. Okay. And then from there, with those audio files, you would do what you wish. Okay. What I plan on doing is, after that, generating AI characters and having them talking, matching the segmented voice playing. So really interesting, really simple. So when it comes to my idea, or why I developed this idea, the idea for this was developed or thought up because of the abilities of Notebook LM. I was thinking that this could be a sister application to Notebook LM. Notebook LM has some software where it creates somewhat podcasted audio, or podcasting audio, where it has 2 speakers talking to one another about a specific topic, the specific topic that has been inputted by the user, me or you. And so what I wanted to do is begin to put a scenery to that audio and faces to those podcasting voices. I was also going to use whatever TikTok uses for the voice changing capability within itself, right? So that you can have differing voices and change the sound or change the voices of the podcasters talking. So it's a lot of work that has to go into that. All right. So the idea for Vocal Vertia, like I said, was to be a sister application or companion application for Notebook LM, using the elements that exist in Notebook LM as a base starting point, being able to have the audio file be created by Notebook LM, and then taking that audio file and creating avatars to belong to the specific voices, and then from those specific voices and the avatars, creating scenery for them to conduct their podcast, and ultimately allow one to basically crank podcasting videos out at a very more expeditious rate than what we previously have right now, what we currently have right now. So So because of this, because of that, it just seemed like it would be lucrative. Now the problem is, and this is why Vocal Vertia is yet to be completed, is number one, getting the what's the word? Getting hold on, let me see if this could help. But getting Vocal Vertia to work properly is a task unto itself. You see, Vocal Vertia has to process the audio. So depending on how long your audio segment is going to determine how long it's going to actually take. This is when a back end would be more suitable than what I'm doing right now. There is no back end for the application. And so since there is no back end for the application, the process ends up feeling like it's frozen, but it's not frozen. It's literally just processing. Okay. So there's that element. There's that aspect to it, right? Another issue, since it takes that long, a user would end up being, end up bored or end up not knowing that it's broken. So yes, this was supposed to be a sister application. Oh, another issue with it is the fact that since I want to add the avatars to it, now I have to go within the code and alter a nice amount of the code to get the avatar part, the talking avatar part to work. However, I'll get more into that later on.